I need everybody to put your hands on top of your heads. Everybody put your hands on top of your heads. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, everybody put your hands on top of your head. Yeah, you don't try to be no hero. Don't try to be no hero. Keep your hands on top of your head. All right, put your hands down. Put your hands down. I need you to run all that financial aid. Yeah, you suck. Put the scholarships in the bag. Yeah, put the scholarships in the bag. Hi, my name is Ryan Shepard, and now that I have your attention, I'm a senior from Choate Rosemary Hall, and I'm originally from Plainfield, New Jersey. What you just saw was an opening to a poem I call My Biggest Fear that is inspired by Carvin Lassant's poem, Financial Aid. And what I do at my local, at my school is I work with the Choate Slam Poetry Association, which I helped co-found, and I also work with our school's Choate Afro-Latino Student Alliance, which for short I'll call CALSA, and our Martin Luther King Day program. And what you can gather from all of those three different groups is that they're considered very Afrocentric. They're considered very big on being black clubs, and they're being black-only clubs. And being a student, that wasn't the case for me, and that my work with race relations actually started in a room that we all spent the entire day in yesterday. And I went into that room 5 years ago knowing that I was going to go to an independent school the next year. And I went with my mom to see a movie called The Prep School Negro. And what that movie talks about gives the story of a man who went from a low-income background into a predominantly white school and wealthy school. And when I went in there and I listened to him speak, and I listened to students from a nearby school that were similar to the school he went to, I didn't really deal with those problems going into my predominantly black and Hispanic public school, and now moving into a wealthy, predominantly white school. And I didn't think I was going to have to deal with those issues, but I was dead wrong. And I dealt with those issues head on by dealing with these three different clubs mainly. And what I wanted to do was break down the walls of having these clubs just be black-only clubs. And I can go on for a while about the different events we've done, but it's really about the impact that we've made that makes me really proud and makes me proud to stand here on behalf of those three clubs. Those clubs, especially with the Choate Slam Poetry Association, we went through having 3 black members to having over 25 different members from different backgrounds from across the world. And with CALSA electing our first non-black and Hispanic student, John Woo, a Chinese student from Thailand, become our first vice president. And those different programs helped me realize that nothing's just a black club, nothing's just a black activities, nothing's just barred by race. And for me, it makes me proud to say that we've not only left an impact in breaking down those walls, we've left an impact on behalf of the class of 2014 at Choate, that we left an impact for black and Hispanic students to know that there's leaders and there's role models for them, and that they're not the only ones going through the independent school experience, being the only black and Hispanic students. And for myself, I wouldn't be here without my friends like Chardonnay Paget and Nuha Saho and John Woo and so many countless members of the class of 2014, that we've left an impact. And I think the thing that hit the nail on the head for me was when one of my friends, who I call the little brother I never wanted, O'Neal Brown, and he told me, you're not just a friend in track and not in the classroom, you left Choate a better place for me and younger students like me, and the entire senior class has done that. And that is probably one of the nicest things anybody said to me, and that makes me graduate knowing that we've left an impact and that we've left a lasting legacy for these students to look up to and go on to be role models for the future black and Hispanic students, and continue to break down those walls of being just a black-only club. So on that note, I would like to say thank you to the rest of the Princeton Prize winners, to the Princeton Prize community. I wouldn't be here without my dad, my mom, and a role model in my life. I call him Mr. Freddie. He's like a stepdad to me. And to my dad, I hope you know you're not with me right now, but you're looking down on me and you're proud of me. And to my mom, I love you. I'll see you later. And to Mr. Freddie, you've been a role model and been a father figure to me. And just being a young black male, it's not often. I have a lot of friends who don't have fathers. So I'm greatly appreciative to that. And I would like to say greatly appreciative to all the fathers I see in the room that are fathers to their sons and daughters. And it's a great thing, and it's something we need more of in the African American community. So on that note, I'd just like to say thank you to the Princeton Prize community and thank you to everyone here.